It's getting crazy out here, y'all. Stay focused. Let's go, KD. Take a look around you, look and find your way, man. Find your way, man. Look and find your way. Yeah, take a look around you, look and find your way, man. Look and find your way. Yeah, I ain't talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change the rule. Got things to do, I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, man. Find your way, man. Find your way, man. I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, man. Find your way, man. Find your way, man. Hey, you the one that say that. You and me go way back. When this whole thing over, I'ma send my invoice, pay that. You don't wanna say that. You don't want this payback. I keep my composure, this my kingdom, nigga, stay back. We had a couple of moments. You had a choice, nigga, on it. Your real colors, they showing. I'm real, nigga, I'm focused. When I come around, I'm fly with it. Stay moving, do buy with it. New sound, just vibe with it. Same truth and we die with it. I see it like it's an obstacle. I never sit on the fence. Nothing to me is impossible. Music of me to the end. Most of the shit is illogical. All of y'all niggas depend on what they pretend. Just think with your head, stop looking at trends. You wearing your heart like it's topical. Now the pain is gone, the fame is on, and they play my songs. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, I ain't talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change the rule. Got things to do, I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. New era, I got y'all. Real gang, we pop off, no knockoffs. Open eyes, we watch out. Mobilize, won't cop out. COVID-19 cops out, don't flop now. Open skies, we fly now. New agenda, they try now. Most y'all getting real scared of the headlines when you find out. End game getting real near. If you don't know, you behind now. Behind the times, government hide behind the lines. Most brands trying to monetize. All of us have to stay inside, don't socialize. Talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change the rule. Got things to do, I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Coming in hot. Oh, this looks juicy. There's a lot going on here.
I'm seeing stars. Ow!
Hit Nico Cotto.
My nipples.
Looks like Tess Hornaday.
I'm fucking proud of myself.
Might want to get your thyroid checked.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Meath.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing. Testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 25 Hundo and 7 to Schwam of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleazecast, and Slaycast in the realm. because when I flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and your hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. Today's episode, the Beastcast, is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everson K2 flexing on all you beaches.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
All right, fam, what's going on? Welcome to Ask Papa Swolio Live. Hit the thumbs up button if you're watching on Rumble or on the YouTubes. And of course, drop in the comments down below. What are you smashing today? We are just taking tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of questions today. So you can start dropping them in the comments below. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. We got some calls. We have some Instagram questions. And I'm sure we'll have some good conversation with the live chat. So make sure you are checking all the links down below to submit a question, to join the Swole fam. A little bit of an announcement. We have an accountability meeting tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern time. Private for members only, so make sure you are ready for that. Tomorrow's episode will be a private stream, 12 noon Eastern time, live call with members of the Swole fam. So you could join over there at swolenormousx.com and get access to all the private live streams. On Friday, 2 days ago, we had an amazing brand new Driving While Gaining Uncensored, the Adidas Penis. The Adidas Penis. So if you missed that overtime segment, go and check it out right now inside Swole TV. It was fire. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm still laughing just with the title. So go and check that out. Available now for members inside Swole TV. That being said, let the questions flow. Let those gains flow even more. And let's summon the Falcon and get today's party started. Put some respect on it, yes, bitches. All right, Summer Swole. Hashtag Summer Swole. That's right, Summer Swole. Drop it in the comments down below. That is a great card, and it is hot as absolute fuck outside. I don't know where y'all are living at, but in Florida, it is absolutely scorching. Absolutely scorching, so hopefully you're keeping cool if it's hot, and if it's not super hot, you better spice shit up. Go make some gains and get hot and sweaty. All right, let's get into today's episode. Again, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Everyone, like police. If you're not getting your alerts on YouTube and you're not a member, you need those alerts so you can subscribe on Rumble. You'll probably get your alerts a little bit faster, but make sure you hit the bell on YouTube and all that stuff. But if you hit the thumbs up button, you're more likely to get those alerts on the apps just because we're hardcore shadow. I don't even think we're shadow banned. I think we're like Swole banned. We're like extra. We're not even the shadows. It's just obvious. So we get hardcore restricted because we talk about the sensitive issues and it's completely uncensored as it is. So I'm surprised we're still on the platforms. But that being said, hit the thumbs up and you're more likely to get an alert. And of course, more people will be alerted because YouTube will think, hey, you like it. Not only you're watching this, but you like it. You enjoy it. Maybe someone else will enjoy it too. Just a thought. You never know. All right. Question time. Question time. Oh, by the way, we got more emails going out this week. So make sure if you're not on the email list, go to makeemailswoleagain.com, links down below, and sign up for the email list. We'll have more going out this week. So stay tuned for that. If you're not yet on the email list, make sure you get on it. You don't want to miss out. It's awesome. Don't want to miss out on the emails. Don't be slacking. All right, let's take the first question. If you have a live question, hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. Then, of course, Summer Swole is a card today. Let's take the first question. This one's from Luis Triana. Let's hear what Luis has to say. You're online.
Hi, baby Swolio. I love this video every day. Watching you work to spread motivation. I love it, really. And scare. You scare me, okay? And I'm gonna fucking gym every day. Yeah, it's so tired from my work, but maybe I should be. Thank you.
All right, kids, don't do drugs. I'm just kidding. I don't know. It sounds like that's some good shit. So Luis, I mean, I thought that was a man's name. I don't know. It sounded like a female, unless you were like super, super gay. But yeah, thanks for calling. And of course, you know, you can take a little bit of a funny jab. If you're going to call in like that, I mean, you're asking for it. I have no fucking idea what you said. It just sounded sultry, and we're going to move right along and pretend that didn't happen. As always, with Ask Papa Swolio Live. As always, you know, it's hit or miss. So huge fucking miss. Rough start. Really awkward. Okay, let's feel free to call back in with something coherent in the near future. My goodness, what was that? But thanks for listening, and thank you for going to the fucking gym and calling in. I appreciate you. Sebastian, Papa Swolio, second week of 90-day dash and loving it already. It's 7:40 p.m. here in Kuwait, and we are at 31 degrees, by the way. 31 degrees? Do you mean centigrade or do you mean Fahrenheit? What? Because I mean, in Kuwait, it could be hot as fuck. I don't know what 31 degrees centigrade is, but that's hot as balls. I don't think it's freezing. Is it winter over there? By the way, question, what books you recommend for nutrition? Thank you for the content. So maybe it's, I don't know. What's 31 degrees centigrade? It's got to be super fucking hot, right? Isn't room temperature 26? Oh, you're watching live. You're watching. Yeah, it was a live question. I forgot. Okay. Centigrade. So it's hot as balls, huh? What's the temperature in Fahrenheit? Come on. I'm an American, bro. We don't do Celsius. The fucking Celsius. Get the fuck out of here with your Celsius, your centigrade. Your centigrade bullshit. The fuck out of here. About 90? That's not bad. 90's not bad. It's 90 degrees here. That's not bad. Don't be a chode. It's also dry heat though, right? Yeah, I get you. All right. Anyway, rock on, Sebastian. What books do you recommend for nutrition? We have a bunch of books on the. Oh, it's 7:40 p.m. Yeah, it's hot as shit. So during the day, it's probably like mid 90s or over 100, right? Okay, so nutrition books. I would look into learning like the fundamentals. Like I would look into. God, I can never think of titles when people ask for books. That's why you put them on the bookstore, the book list. We have a good one is the cholesterol myth, the great cholesterol myth. That's a great way to conceptualize and understand where this demonization of cholesterol came from. Estrogeneration is a great book. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a nutrition book, but it is a component of nutrition. It's like your environment, what you're consuming and what you're surrounding yourself with. Trying to think of some other titles. Oh God. Let me see if I have downloaded. Let me just check a couple things on Audible quick. Toxic Superfoods is a good one. I think that talks about oxalates. Let's see. Deep Nutrition is a good one. I haven't gone through all these cover to cover, but I have a bunch of them inside the Amazon list. Countdown by Shanna Swan is great when you're learning about phthalates. That's very important when it comes to nutrition and what you're consuming. But that's not just in your mouth hole. Your skin is a large mouth, essentially. Good start. How'd you like it, Dawn? Dawn says she just listened to Toxic Superfoods. How'd you like it? All right, there's a good start. All right, let's take a call from Javier. Please, Javier, do not be creepy. I mean, come on, Javier.
Hello, Papa Swolio. How you doing? I hope you're having a good day today. Great days, My name is JV. I have a very simple question. Well, I've been doing weightlifting for quite a while, probably a couple of years, like 5-6 years. It's been on and off, and I do get the hang of it. I know you specialize. I don't know what you just do. You use weightlifting or you do any body weight workouts, But my question is, how do I get used to? How do I gain muscle just only by doing body weight? Because sometimes I don't feel like I get the kick in, I don't feel that connection, but I do it to get it through, But how do I?
All right, so we have a minute cap for a reason, but hopefully that was your whole question, Javier. So if you're listening to the podcast and you didn't get to finish everything that you said, just feel free to call back in. So can you build muscle with body weight? The answer is yes. The reason why you build muscle is it's an adaptation. So reminder that when you are training, you are subjecting your body to a stimulus. You're subjecting your body to physical stress. That physical stress needs to be progressive. It needs to be more repetitions, or it needs to be more weight in subsequent workouts. If you're not continuously improving, it's because you're probably not recovering enough, or you're not training intensely enough towards failure. You need to train hard. You need to train to failure. When you're brand new to lifting, training to absolute failure is, I wouldn't say impossible, but it's definitely not recommended. As you get more advanced, as your body gets more exposed to resistance training, and as you learn how to push yourself more and more, you can have more intense training sessions and you can progressively overload your muscles. So it's an increase in reps, or it's an increase in the overload. So you can only overload your body so much with body weight because you are going to get stronger, but it's kind of like, at a certain point, it's essentially kind of like muscle. It's kind of like cardio. Your body will adapt to doing body weight exercises. Everyone should be able to do push-ups and pull-ups. And can you build muscle? Sure. Can you build significant muscle? Everyone's going to be different, but you can only overload your body so much. So if you're doing body weight squats and you've never done body weight squats before, you can build some muscle. But obviously, you're not going to be squatting 500 pounds. It's not the same as doing a machine squat or doing a kettlebell swing or a barbell squat, because you're not able to add as much weight. Can you do single leg squats? Sure. So that would be progressively overloading. But obviously you have a limit because your body weight isn't going to be getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Does that make sense? So you can build muscle doing a lot of things. And if you've never subjected your body to this type of stress before, you can build muscle with almost any type of exercise, but you're going to have a cap. There's going to be a limit with how much mass you can build. I think calisthenics, or I think body weight, doing rings or pull-ups or push-ups, I think that's great. I think everyone should be able to do those things. If your goal is to build muscle, it's not ideal. You're not going to be able to overload yourself to the proper capacity. But it doesn't mean you can't build muscle. There's just going to be a limited return. There's going to be a limit with how much stress you're going to be able to expose your body to. And understand that just because you're doing, let's say you're doing 50 push-ups, and then now you could do 60, now you could do 70, and then you could do 80. It doesn't mean you're going to get muscular size adaptations. Muscle size and strength is going to come from progressively overloading your body with, again, overload. Doing a few more reps with push-ups isn't going to have the same type of stress threshold required to building muscle. So can you? Yes, but you're going to have limits. Okay. Let's see. Carson, my ankles. Papa Swolio, my ankles had decided to Matt Damon on me when trying to push my back squat heavier. Should I do an alternate squat type and work on mobility, or lessen the weight and work on mobility? Well, yes, you should work on mobility. If you can't do a squat properly, you should lighten the weight. A lot of times, squat form is going to be exposed when you start adding on load. So someone said you can elevate your heels. You can elevate your heels, but you're still avoiding the fact that you should be working on lengthening your Achilles tendon, which takes a lot of time, working on your soleus, doing a lot of static hold to the bottom of calf stretches, activating your anterior tibialis, mobilizing and strengthening your hip flexors. So strengthen your hip flexors, doing standing leg raises and things like that with a monkey foot or with a kettlebell or with a band or with a dumbbell strapped to your foot. So there's different squat types, but at the same time, if you have, I don't know when you said your ankles had decided to Matt Damon on you, I don't know what that means. They're probably overpronating? Are they inverted or everting? Are you they're flattening and turning out? So I don't really know what ankles Matt Damoning on you. Your ankles should not be in pain from squatting. So you need to aggressively I would avoid squatting and work on ankle mobility tremendously. So yogi squats, doing downward dog, doing seated calf raises, but holding at the bottom and getting a nice stretch for 3 to 5 seconds, going light, doing higher repetitions, really mobilizing your tendons, doing toe raises. So Carson, check out the ankle mobility masterclasses. You could do them against a wall. You could do them with a tib bar. Those are pretty inexpensive online. A lot of people make them with PVC pipes. You can find them for 30, 40, 50 bucks on Amazon. So that's a great way to strengthen your anterior tibialis too. You shouldn't be having ankle pain. Okay. Thank you for the call, Javier. Let's take one more call. We'll take some more questions. Oh, Michelle jumped on the ankle mobility masterclass. Yeah, check out the masterclass. Okay. Lisa, you're on the line.
Papa, don't you ever eat something bad, even though you know it's bad for you, because it tastes so good. Like when you're at a party or an event and there's food displayed. Just have a little bit. How do you not indulge?
Is that it? Because it's not real food and it grosses me out. I just don't. I don't go to a lot of parties, or I bring my own food, or I eat first. Because a lot of this food isn't real food. So if I see chips and soda and garbage, I'm not enticed to eat it. I don't want it. It looks and smells disgusting. Ooh, there's donuts. How do I not have a little bit? Because it's gross. I just don't want it. I satisfy myself. Satisfy myself.
Because
I said it. Do I eat something when I know it's bad? No. I used to. I used to eat stuff that I knew was bad, but the more you learn and the more you eat properly, the less appealing those things are. So if you're addicted to these foods, and you drive by McDonald's, oh my God, you get a craving. It smells good. I drive by a McDonald's and I feel like vomiting. If I drive by a Burger King or a Taco Bell, I feel nauseous. If I have that smell, they pump it out through the vents and stuff. I feel nauseous. It smells disgusting and repulsive. So it's not enticing to me. So it's a combination of my body being completely reset with what foods I react to, what foods I'm exposed to, what foods I'm used to. I've been eating properly and I've been eating in a certain way for so long that anything that deviates from that, if it was a survival requirement, if I needed to eat a piece of pizza or I would die, I would fucking eat the pizza. I'm not an idiot. Okay. Survival is an amazing thing. But if I have a choice, I'm going to make the best choice possible. And because I've been consuming so consistently foods that don't have any vegetable oils, processed sugar, X, Y, and Z, and I'm very strict about it, but I don't look at it being strict. I don't want those foods because not only does the taste and the smell not entice me, I also know that these things are not good for me. I know too much about these foods to warrant putting them in my body. I don't want to have a migraine. I don't want to feel like shit for a day. If I have something even slightly out of just like, we go to sushi once in a while and I usually have a headache the entire next day. I don't look forward to it. I'm starting to not want to go get sushi ever again. Because I had a couple bites of a California roll or something last time we got sushi. The whole next day, I had a fucking low-level headache. It was ridiculous. I felt fine otherwise. I just had this headache. It wouldn't go away. I was drinking electrolytes. I was pounding water the whole fucking day because I had a couple bites of a goddamn roll. I was like, oh, let me try a little white rice. And I forgot that they probably mix it with some sort of sugar, whatever they put on that. There's a couple sesame seeds on it. Who knows? And it's not that I'm weak and my body can't handle it. It's just that when you have these foods that are with tons of MSG and maybe some soy was in there or some fake meat or something that I didn't think of. And I looked at it. I was like, oh, there's a lot of avocado in there and this. Every once in a while, I don't test it on purpose, but I'll be, okay, let me just have a bite. Yeah, you don't think it's going to be a big deal. This is a while ago, but not that long ago. I usually just stick to sashimi. I bring my own Celtic sea salt and I'll just have the raw fish. So now I can't. A lot of this stuff just fucks me up. I don't want to feel bad. And people say, well, how do you stay so strict? Strict? I'll have a fucking ribeye tonight with butter and maybe I'll have an avocado or some raw cheese. That's strict. I feel like I'm binging. I'm eating like a fucking king. And I'm not saying that to gloat and be like, well, that's what I spend my money on. I don't buy fancy cars. I don't buy fancy clothes. You see me. I barely wear anything at any time. I'm hanging dong right now. You know what I'm saying?
Emotional damage.
Letting the knowledge cock hang free. So I invest in quality foods. We order raw dairy in glass. We get raw butter, raw cream, and raw yogurt. We get steaks and ground beef and raw cheese, and we spend money on that. I don't have a Rolex. I don't drive a BMW or a Mercedes or $100,000 whatever. I don't. I buy workout equipment. I make sure I can stream. I don't even have the fanciest stuff for streaming in terms of the streaming. I could have upgraded my computer to the latest top of the line. I don't need it. If this thing eventually breaks, guess what? Then I'll upgrade or I'll get another one. It's not the most important thing. The most important thing is the execution. And some things, I like clubs, right? I like weights. I like getting equipment. I'll be like, ooh, I'll get a new piece of equipment for outside, or I'll put an awning up. And I was talking to the Swole fam on Monday. I'm trying to get a pergola and set up the whole outside gym. And okay, that's what I want to invest in. So what am I talking about? So in terms of the food, I take great care and I'm proactive with making better choices for my food. So that's where I invest my energy. And I feel great as a result of it. I've never felt stronger. I've never felt more mobile. I've never had like my skin health and my skin quality has never been better. I've never slept better in my life. I don't want to eat shit food. It doesn't appeal to me. The donuts, the cake, I just don't want it. I don't want to put that garbage in my face. I don't have any. Plus, if I'm at a party, you know what the grossest thing is to me? When I see people that are obviously unhealthy and never exercise and are not even necessarily obese, or obese by my standards. A little more people are, if you have a little fat, but people that are unhealthy, stuffing their face with garbage, it makes me nauseous. And I'm like, nope, not going to partake in that. I don't put myself in those situations. I'm not around a lot of situations where people are eating garbage. And if they are, I'm not. And a lot of times when we have a family gathering or something, we'll do it here because I'll make the food. Everyone comes here, you're going to eat like a king. You're going to get steaks. You're going to get a good meal. Because if it's about food and spending time with each other, I'm going to eat the food that I like. I'm going to bring my own food, or I'm going to eat first, or I'm not going to go. I'm just not going to go. I don't care. I don't care if someone likes it or not. Mama Swolio and I, we don't compromise. We bring our own food. We make our own food because we don't want to feel like shit anymore. Because when you deviate, when you're eating real food, you realize how poisonous this stuff is. It will fuck you up. And most people have no perspective because they've never stopped eating it. They've never actually eaten properly in their life. And then these are the same people, even fitness, quote, experts, that still talk about calorie counting as if that supersedes food quality. There are still people today that will justify eating garbage. I used to eat garbage. The videos are online. But I actually learn and adapt and develop knowledge. And I put these things into practice. So I can speak from personal experience. These things are shit. There's no justification for eating Pop-Tarts or candy. There's none. It's garbage. You can tell yourself whatever you want to justify your ego for eating it. That's on you. You're the one that has to live with the consequences. That's fine. It's your life. But just don't pretend like it's good for you. Don't pretend like it's something that you can get away with for now. But that shit adds up. And once you actually eat healthy and eat properly for a long time, you lose that craving. You lose that desire for it. You don't need that dopamine release. You don't need that social validation. You don't need, I'm not eating anything to appease someone else. If I go to a birthday party, oh, here's a piece of cake. No, I'm good. Oh, have it. Oh, come on. It's my birthday. I don't give a fuck. People don't say that to me anymore. But a lot of people be like, oh, okay, fine. Or they're at work and, oh, it's my birthday. I don't give a shit. You poison yourself. I don't care if it's your fucking birthday. I'm not going to eat the cake. Why do I have to eat the cake? You're still older. I don't give a shit. So make the right decisions for you. But a lot of times people eat a certain food or they do things and they compromise because they're really addicted to it and they justify doing it because it's someone's birthday or we're out with friends or it's a Friday or it's this or it's that. You're just making an excuse, trying to justify it. Okay, more questions. Keep going. Carson, and if you have experience with the elimination diet, drop in the comments. We'll read some of it. Carson said the elimination diet revealed what I was addicted to. I treat it like cigarettes. I hate the smell and never want to smoke again. Preach. Sebastian, by the way, about my question yesterday, I decided to get rid of my snacks and all the kitchen garbage, being more conscious about the food now. Hashtag Summer Swole. Good. Good for you. Danielle says a lot of society is programmed to enjoy garbage food. You're just exposed to it. Think about what you're exposed to and how young you're exposed to it. You know, you're eating shit since you're a child. You're programmed, right? You've been eating this stuff your whole life. It's second nature to you. You have to unlearn this stuff. That's the challenge. You have to unlearn and relearn. You have to uninstall that operating system. You know, if you have a computer, you can't just load stuff on top of it. Sometimes you just have to like wipe it out. Let's say you get a virus or something. You have to clean sweep. You have to uninstall and then reinstall. Go Fish Office, Daily Swole, love your content. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Brandon Carter, I learned that lesson yesterday, had a few chips out at a party and felt like crap afterwards. I'm sorry to hear that, but lesson learned. And I will say this over and over again. Sometimes you need to have that experience. Everyone really needs to. I said even somewhat recently, I had that experience with sushi. I'm the one that preaches this. I know these things. And sometimes by default, by something, you're going to have an experience and it's going to be a reminder, and it's going to be a very obvious reminder. You know what it is? You're on an elimination diet. You're doing it for months or years or whatever. And every once in a while, it's like the highway. You know, those grates on the side of the highway when they dig the little rivets in the side of the highway where you kind of go, if you're going off the highway and it just vibrates and it wakes you up or it shocks you or you're not paying attention, you kind of veer off and it brings you back on the road. It wakes you the fuck up. And you're like, oh shit, right back. That's what it is. It guides you back onto the straight and narrow. But again, I don't think it's restrictive. So when people say, how do you stay so strict, Papa Swolio? I don't look at it as strict. I look at it as amazing food. I'm fueling my body. And again, a lot of people don't want to look at it this way, but if you have a car and it requires diesel and you put in regular gas, you're going to fuck up your engine. You put in sugar in your gas tank, which is the way. If you have a regular car, can you put in premium? I think you can, but you can't do it the other way around. Whatever. Your car takes a certain type of gas. And if you give it a different type of gas, bottom line, you are going to have a decrease or a change in performance. It might not ruin the engine, but it's definitely going to, in some cases it will. In other cases, it might get a little knocking. The ignition timing won't be right, and you won't have the performance, and you might actually fuck it up long term. Maybe once in a while you do it. Okay, it's not going to be the end of the world, but you get my point. So you have a certain type of fuel. Maybe you put in 89 instead of 87. You're not going to get the same performance. You feel a little bit off, but nothing crazy. But next time you're going to want to put in 87. If you really go put in diesel and your whole shit gets fucked up, whoa, you get it. Does that make sense? So it's a good analogy. You have a certain type of fuel, but that's what the elimination diet does. It helps you. It helps you learn what foods work best for your body. Some of you are going to eat foods that I would never eat at this point. And guess what? It's your life. I might tease you about it. You're like, I like carrots. I'm like, carrots can go fuck off and go to Mars. I don't like carrots. I'm not going to eat carrots. But if you want to eat carrots and you actually feel okay with them, it's your life. The whole point is you are going through the process of determining what works best for you. And that's what I want for you. So if you like carrots and I say, fuck carrots, and I'm going to tease you for it, we all laugh and then we go on with our lives. I don't care if you actually have carrots, right? Amanda hates watermelon. Do I care? Do I really care? Obviously not. That's why she's laughing about it and everyone has it's a running joke now. I love watermelon. It's my favorite fucking fruit. So if you don't like watermelon, we can't be friends. Fuck off. But it's kind of a joke, but it's not. I really don't like you. No, I just don't understand you. But bottom line, let's say you eat watermelon and you feel like shit every time you eat watermelon. I don't expect you to eat it. That'd be ridiculous. You're going to feel like shit. Don't eat it. There's something going on with it that's not good for you. So don't eat it. I feel great when I eat it. You don't. That's why it's important to customize. Mike, I think people have been eating crap for so long, they don't realize it. 100,000%. Mika, Papa Swolio, I have a bachelorette weekend in a couple weeks, so I know the rest of the ladies are going to want me to binge drink and eat shit, and I'm a bridesmaid, so I have to go. What do I do? What do you mean? Either you binge drink and eat shit, or you don't. You can also, if you don't want to like answer the question and deal with people's shit, then just have a quote vodka soda. Just have club soda with a little bit of lime on the side. If you're going out somewhere and then no one knows, just having sparkling water and you could be sober. The only problem is it's not really a problem, but if you want to realize, if you want a perspective on how stupid drinking is, go be sober around drunk people. God, it's fucking miserable. It makes everyone look like an absolute ass clown. Just a thought. And I'm not saying you want to lie and you have to like pretend, or you just tell people to fuck themselves. You're not drinking, but you're going to go and have fun. They'll get over it. Just don't succumb to peer pressure. It's a good exercise in self-discipline. And you're going to find out who your friends really are. If they keep on pressuring you and they're really annoying, like that's a sign that these people they don't care that much about you. They really don't. So here's the thing. Mama Swolio had you ready for this? Mama Swolio, there was a bachelorette party or like a weekend, and they were all going on a cruise. And if any of you have been on a cruise, I haven't, but I'm well aware of the rules. They don't let you bring your own shit on board. So Mama Swolio said, I'm not going unless I can bring my own food. And, you know, the bride or whatever said she understood. She understood she's not going to eat what's on the cruise ship because it's all garbage food and everything like that. So, of course, she wasn't able to bring her own food with allergies or whatever. So she's not going. So now she's going to go and do like another separate little weekend, you know, trip with the bride. That way they can have a little bit of time together. She's not going. No compromises. Think of how fundamental this is. I want to eat certain food so I don't feel like shit. You can't bring your own food. Then fuck you. Not to the bride, but to the cruise. Like, no, you can't bring your own food. Then I'm not coming. And obviously, you know, they want you to buy their food. They want you to eat their thing. If they allow one person to bring food, then everyone's going to bring alcohol and their own stuff, or they're going to saturate. They're going to make like a fucking rum ham, like Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Whatever. I get it. But, okay, doesn't mean you have to go. Just saying. Let's see. Go Fish Office. People get addicted to sugars and chemicals and just habit, I suppose, of what they've done for years. I'm so thankful for my parents. They put a lot of time and money into truly healthy foods. That's fantastic. We can only wish that more parents would do that. Now, I know not every single type of food is as affordable, but a lot of people, and you all know this, a lot of people spend lots of money on junk food. And they're going to say that eating healthy is expensive. I call bullshit when you're buying a bag of Tostitos that's $7 for a half empty bag. That's a pound at least of grass-fed and grass-finished beef. You can find it for $5.99 or $6.99. Maybe it's not grass-finished, but you know it's much better than what's in that bag, and it's much more satisfying. You buy that, maybe some white rice or sweet potatoes and some fruit. You're going to spend less than when you have the same people that are saying it's so expensive to eat healthy, and they're cases of Gatorade and soda and chips and cookies. So stop lying. Not buying it. These are the same people that say eating healthy is expensive. You're spending money on garbage food. Take that same money and buy better, more nutrient-dense food. You're going to actually be full and probably eat less and save money, especially long-term, because you're not going to be paying for your diabetes meds in 15 years. All right, let's get a little America because ranting Let's get a little Tainty Man. Oh, Tainty Man. Brutally rebuffed by the taint, but we do have the church. And she's the cutes. She's the cutes. I'm going to burp on you, Churchy. No? No reaction. Respect. Hashtag Summer Swole. Hashtag Summer Swole. Okay. All right. Hashtag Summer Swole. Hashtag Summer Swole. Hashtag Summer Swole. I like Summer Swole. Okay. Let's see. TCAP, I dreaded the elimination diet last year. Now I'm thriving on it. Didn't want to give up coffee and chocolate, but I'm better without it. I still drink coffee. Quality coffee. I don't drink as much. But chocolate I've naturally gravitated away from. I just, Rihanna, Papa Soy, I'm looking into a good source of vitamin K. You mean vitamin K2? And I know you usually do liver. Is there a way to ease into raw eating of it? I mean, grass-fed beef, you have vitamin K2. And I think raw dairy and stuff too. Ease into raw eating of it. Yeah, just have a little bit. You don't need much. If you're eating it every day, you don't need much. Seriously, start with like a quarter of an ounce or a half an ounce a day. It's like a couple bites. It's not a lot. Chop it up small. If it's grass-fed and grass-finished, not a problem. That's how you ease into it. You could freeze it too, and then it's like thawing. So if it's cold and you kind of chew it,